Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bizchicks TV, the place to be for tips, tools, and strategies to help you build a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. Now, every Tuesday, we have the awesome privilege to hear from the digital diva herself, Miss TJ. Terry Johnson, online, all the way from New York City. She always brings us the best, the brightest, and everything that we need for our digital marketing and social media lives. Everything that we need to learn it, to be proficient at it, that's what she does. So sit back, relax, put your chair in its upright position, get a pen, get a paper, pay attention, because TJ is bringing it, talking about the 7 keys to online success with your business. TJ.
Hello, everybody. How you doing today? It's the weather's not awful. It's kind of you know February here, so thank you for coming and joining the discussion with Fran and I today, and joining the discussion about digital marketing strategies to grow your business, to be seen, to be heard, to be known online. So that's what this show on Tuesdays is all about. This show today is about those things that you need to set up in place, the strategies to get your strategy right, to get your plan right, because you need a plan and able to do the things that you need to do online. I see a lot of people talk about, well, this isn't working and that isn't working. They get frustrated and then they give up. And I want to tell them, listen, just breathe, sit down, write down a plan, put down your steps, get everything, the basics together, get the things that you know together, and then you can go from there. Just breathe and relax. Don't worry about, well, the Instagram algorithm and the Facebook likes, and don't stress about it. Just relax, get your plan. So today is a part of that planning, and we're doing a continuation of yesterday's show. If you missed it, go back on the Bizchicks page and watch it. That's Bizchicks on Facebook and Periscope and YouTube. We're everywhere.
Yeah, bizchicks.live. That'll
There you
just
go.
get it all over, and then you
There
won't
you
even
go.
have to worry about it.
Bizchicks.live, and you won't have to worry about it, like Brian said. So the discussion was about the key to your success, the one key. And let me get my notes, because I forgot. I know it was about success, but it was how you see yourself. That was the number one key to success they talked about on Monday.
Yep.
And we're going to continue on that thought train with seven. I got 7 keys. There are more keys, but we don't want to overwhelm you with keys. We want to make it simple and clear and easy to remember. Nothing, overwhelming all this information. So we're going to talk about the 7 that I think are important, and then you're going to vote on them and tell me why I think we should do this, or maybe we should include that. So that's what the discussion is about today, because it's not a lecture. We want your input. We want your opinions, your thoughts. Add them to the chat. Also, invite people to the show. Let them know what we're talking about over here, that we're giving out good information that they need to know. If they're even thinking about starting a business or building a brand and knowing the difference, we talked about that for the last 2 weeks, the difference between marketing and branding. They need to know that. So invite them over, share this out, let everybody know what you're doing right now. Also in the chat, put down, hey, I'm watching from wherever.
Right.
Let us know where you're watching from and what platform. Let us know. The replay viewers, we know that you guys watch and we love you. Mwah. We love you. Replay gang. I call you #replay gang, but you can call yourself whatever you like. But put that in the chat. Let us know that you're watching a replay. Say hi, watching a replay. Let us know your thoughts. Give us a reaction. I think last week when we were in there, I think Pat said something about somebody gave us an angry. Well, hey, maybe they didn't like something that we said about that someone else said, and we were repeating it. I don't know, but that's what happens when you go on live and you have a discussion with different people. They have different thoughts and opinions. All are welcome. Even the
Yes,
angry.
we are.
No, that doesn't bother us. When you're doing live stream, you have to be ready for the positive and the negative. Although I don't think it was a negative in this sense, because you can use the angry to denote that you're angry about a situation that's unfair. So maybe we mention a story. We do that a lot, or an article, or talking
Right,
about a company. Starbucks. We talked about Starbucks last week. That's not a popular company with everybody, but the intent was to talk about the branding and not, whether the likability of the corporation and the things that they do. So we
right.
wanted to say that. Okay, so replay gang, we're glad you're here. Live gang, if you want to use the hashtag live gang, that's cool too. Put whatever your thoughts are in the comments. We're going to talk about it and we're going to bring it up. Okay, so we got all of that out of the way. We are ready to talk about today's topic. It's below. It says 7 keys to online success with your business, a continuation of yesterday's talk about the key to success is you, your
Mhm.
thoughts, how you feel about yourself, right?
Yep, that was absolutely it. And I think this is going to be a good carryover because how you see yourself online is really important too.
Yes, I love the topic. When I was listening, I said, "Oh, because I listened to the replay." Replay. I didn't put the replay in there, but I will. It, it's a great topic because you have to how you see yourself, and especially when you're on live like this, or you're on Instagram live, or wherever, whatever platform you choose to go live, you have to decide, I have something to say, I need to say it, and
Yeah,
I'm going to be me. I'm not going to be Kim Kardashian. I'm not going to be Beyonce. I'm not going to be Shakira. I'm not going to be J-Lo. I'm not. Those personalities were formed by them. So you
yeah.
need to form your personality by, and how do you do that? How do you form your own personality?
Be you? Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I mean it's simple. And that's the thing. These elements, these keys, the ideas are simple. Don't make them difficult. Don't make it harder than what it is, because now it's even harder to be seen online. Because all the brands are here now. There was a time a few years ago, there were no brands or corporations on Facebook and Instagram, and now they're on TikTok. They're everywhere
Right.
because they figured out the audience was there on social media, so they followed. So now it's like, David and Goliath. Those are the big guys crowding up. When you're at a parade and all the big people, you're a little kid and the big people are standing and you can't see, so you jumping up and down. That's us. But when you jumped up and down, you got to see a little glimpse, or the enterprising kids would get on the ground and crawl through the adults' legs and crawl and jump up front. Whatever it took to get to the front to see the parade or to see the show or to see whatever it is. So that's what you have to do. You have to be enterprising. You have to think about what I need to do to be seen. What can I do? That is the most important key, is how do I get myself seen? How do I show, break through all of the adults, the big people that are standing there and blocking my view, so I can see the parade and they can see me. The people in the parade can see you too. So I mean, that's a little part of it. Excuse me. Let's see who's here. Oh, we got some people watching. Let us know you're here. Drop
Right.
a line, say hi while I bring up my notes.
Yeah, this is good because you may not have the the funds to spend to go all nationwide or whatever, but you can be the top dog in your community.
I like that you said that about not having the funds, because that's a barrier. Because we talked yesterday, you guys, you and Terralina talked about the barriers, and I like that point about don't throw up barriers. Don't throw up the barrier before you even try it. And one of them is, I don't have the funds.
Right.
Okay, so you don't have to start out being Beyonce. You can start out being the whoever on the corner, singing, or like here in New York, there's people, the buskers in the subway, that they
Mhm.
perform. And guess what? Millions of people, there's a possibility that millions will see them because that's how many people we got going in the subway if you stay there all day. And if
And
you move around.
sometimes, and when I went, I was videotaping. I'm like, shoot, let me put this out on YouTube or put it out somewhere else. And I mean, they sing it and they're good. This
Mhm,
wasn't like these people were
mhm,
good, like, on
mhm.
some shows, and the parents or somebody said, oh, you can sing, and they can't sing a lick. These people were good on the train, and they they actually had something to offer. They
Yeah.
entertained the audience that was in front of them right at the time.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. And we have different types of entertainment, singers, dancers, they do everything.
Right.
Everything. Any kind of act you can think of. And guess what? They're just okay, and here's an example I just remembered. One of the ladies that she was a singer in the subway, she made it all the way to America's Got Talent one year. This was a few years ago. I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 years. It was way back, and she made it on, because she would just go in the subway and sing, and had the hat for the money and everything, and she went and tried out for America's Got Talent, and she got all the way through. I don't know if she made it to the finals, but she made it onto the shows where people knew her name, and then it came out that this is Gabrielle Sidibe's mother,
Oh,
the
wow.
actress. Yes, it was her, but they didn't bring that up in the beginning. It was just her singing, and they loved it. And Simon and the judges, they loved her singing, and she made it through. And then once she got to the shows and they brought it out, I was like, oh, this is your daughter's a famous actress. She said, yep. But she was still there hustling and making it and singing and doing what she loved. So she didn't let the barrier of um I don't have a national platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She just went, you can do that. That's the attitude here. That's what people love about living in a big urban area like this, is that someone's not going to make fun of you. And if you're in a smaller town, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. Like, why are you singing on the corner? Well, think about this. You're singing in a smaller town. Everybody knows you. That's not going to work. You got to move to a bigger area and still do the same thing. And guess what? Consistently do it. That's one of the keys that I have on here about being consistent. You
Right.
have to do it. You have to do it. But there's a couple other things that's one lower on my list. Like the first one, and let's get into the list.
Okay.
Oh, let's say hi.
Yeah, we got a couple
Yeah.
people over here, Alfredo and Brenna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alfredo says, I can't make it to American Idol. I'm too old.
Uh,
Um,
but then there's America's
No,
Got
America. I
Talent.
think it was American. Did I say American Idol? Or she made
Yeah,
it
we
to
did
American
America.
Got
Anyway,
Talent. Yeah,
America's
that's
Got
the one.
Talent.
There's no age limit on that one. There is no age limit on the America's Got Talent one, I believe. American Idol, I think there is. That one skews younger,
Right.
Gen Z right now. So, but she did it. Is my point that she was like, because they ask you, how did you get started? She said, well, I sing in the subways in New York City, and everybody's like, oh, they clap that clap. She was just singing, and you see, it's so many people doing it here that we kind of ignore it,
Yeah,
so to
you
speak.
all are like, okay, yeah, somebody singing in the subway. The rest of the world is like, oh my God, they're
Right. We're so
awesome.
wrapped up in, okay, the commute, getting home, getting to where we got to go, or reading or doing work. They have to really stand out to be. And there's a couple times I've been into my phone, or, into myself, or thoughts or whatever. And then someone comes on and they break through that. And then I'm like, wow, they're really good. Here's a quarter, here's 50 cents, here's $1. And my daughter sees me doing that. And she's like, Mom, why are you doing it? I'm like, I'm rewarding their efforts. Because they're
Right,
here all day. When we leave, they're still standing in the subway singing if they've got that kind of dedication and they really want to be seen. So,
right.
and a lot of them are featured on other shows, not just America's Got Talent. A lot of them are featured on other shows locally, or they travel, they do things. But the key is the exposure. You have to do it. So the first key that I have, and I always say this one, know your why. Know your why. Why? You have to know why you're doing it, because you're going to be doing it all the time.
Mm.
And if you don't
Okay.
know why you're doing it and you don't have here's that passion word. If you don't have the passion to do it, you're going to stop. That's
And
where the consistency breaks down.
yeah, because you will
Right?
give up.
Yes.
You cannot keep doing something that you are not passionate about. You be like, you know what? I'm done with this.
You can't do it for someone else. And speaking of that, I think I saw a story this morning. I'm going to go back and check. I caught the end of it. An older gentleman in his 70s. He's now becoming he became a chef, not a chef, but like a line chef, or he's
Mhm.
working at a restaurant. And I think I have to go back and check. In the beginning of his life, he was a dentist, but I think he was pushed into being something like that to make a living. Like, you got to be a doctor, a lawyer, you got to work at the something that's guaranteed to give you an income. Nothing wrong with that, but that wasn't his passion, obviously, because now he said he's doing the line chef. He has an RV. He goes around and throws parties. He cooks in the RV, and then they have the picnic table, and they're, he does special, different foods and
Mm.
things, because that's his passion. He's 70. He's 70, gray hair, he was bent over the food, and he wasn't young, but he discovered his passion. Then I heard him say something about his resume and something about dental. So I'm thinking he was a dentist. I have to go back and check it. It was on Today's Show. So if anybody gets a chance, go over there to their website, and they do a series called Second Act, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it's called. They do this series a lot. It's not every day. I think they do it maybe once or twice a week. And it's people who started out doing one thing, and then they ended up doing their passion at the end of their life. Well, he's not at the end of his life. He could live another 30 years, but he's in the twilight,
Right. But
Yeah.
maybe he woke up and decided, you know what? I'm not supposed to be
Yes.
doing this. I need
Yes.
to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and not living somebody else's dream. You should be
Right.
a dentist or a doctor
Right.
or a lawyer. And they're like, yeah,
And then
not what I want to do.
look at his age of 70, which means when he was younger, that was the era where people weren't doing what they wanted to do. Like now, your parents tell you, pursue your passions, do what you like. We encourage that kind of thing. Back then, when he was a child, that wasn't the parenting style. It was, okay, you go to school, you become a doctor, a lawyer, a plumber, a dentist, those kind of things, the mailman, whatever. You do something that's expected of you. So he probably did what was expected of him by his parents, not putting that down. That was the style back then.
Because they were concerned that he needed to have
making a living.
food on the table.
Yes.
And they came out of a situation where
Yes.
they didn't have, and they did not want their children to not have.
There's certain cultures and certain areas where they came from less, and they moved to America, and they want, not to say that, I don't know if he's an immigrant. I want to check his background. I'm just thinking that somewhere in his past, when he was a child, he was encouraged to go to I don't think that was his passion. His passion obviously was the cooking, because he's doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's freer, and he's in the right space, and it's the right era and the time for everybody to do what they need to do, because the internet freed us from all of that. That's the way I look at it, because there were so many hoops and steps you had to do to start a business, say 30, 40 years ago. You don't have to do those things now. You
Good.
could start out with, like we were talking about, the money. You would have to put a bit. You can still do this, but you would have to put a business plan and go to the bank and put on a suit and whatever, and sit there in front of the loan officer and put your idea, and they could just
give me money.
right. But now you don't have to. There's so many other options. That is the route. That's the traditional route. But there are so many other options. And you don't need as much money as you did, because, last week talked about branding. People think, well, I got to get a logo designed by somebody. I got to get my business card designed by somebody. I got to spend money to do a letterhead. And those are some of the things. And then you had to get an office space. And you don't have to do any of that anymore. No. You can, but why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
And Pat got Alfredo going on a road.
Okay, yeah. So let's do Brenna. Brenda says, "Don't put up barriers." Exactly. Patricia's here. Hey, Pat.
Mhm.
Um, so Alfredo, I'm not understanding. So I'm doing things and I get ignored.
Yeah, well, I think he was doing things,
Oh,
or whatever, and got ignored. But
okay. He says he has a passion. Carlos Phoenix is going to sing on Twitch Sings. Is that a hashtag that's going around? I have to look it up on Twitter.
you want somebody on Twitch singing? Okay.
Yes. And Pat says, I once interviewed a guy who was a welder for decades and returned his passion, drawing and sculpting, when he retired. He started teaching the neighborhood kids, and they were always showing up at his house and asking his wife if he could come out and play. He had a blast.
See,
See? That's a good example. Thank
that's
you for
an
saying that.
excellent example. And he's teaching skills to the next generation.
Yes. Yes, he's teaching the next generation. Okay, this is the discussion about going to college, and because I listen to Yahoo Finance in the morning, so they had a thing about college loans, and there was a lady on talking about, I forgot what her position was, but she was talking about how it is that these kids are getting the loans and they're not able to pay it back because once they get out, they're not getting the right kind of job or a low level paying job or whatever. So it puts them in a cycle, a financial swirl that leads to other things. And while she's talking, I'm thinking there was a time when everybody didn't go to college. They were doing apprenticeships, welder, plumber, carpentry, all of those things that construction. What are they called? Not hands-on jobs. They had a name for them.
Internships, apprentice. I think they were
apprentice type jobs. There's a lot of them, and we got away from that.
Right, because you went and learned the skill trades.
Thank you, Brenda. Trades.
You went and learned something from somebody else who was already doing it, and they were passing it on to somebody else.
Yes.
There was no I'm going to go to college and then I'm going to get into a job. No, there was a different way that you got up into that the people who started the company started with apprentices and
yes, and tradesmen. Yes,
they didn't start with the
tradesmen have been around for centuries. I mean, can you get a robot to work with wood? Yes, you can, but there's no craftsmanship. The craftsman, that's it. There's no craftsmanship in working with. There used to be a silversmith and a potter and this. People still do that, but we got away from it. But now it's slowly coming back around because there are people who, they do pottery and you can go and buy their handmade crafts. Right. Because it means something than something that's mass produced from China. Not putting China down because China's getting a lot of things going on with them. So we're not putting China down. I'm just saying that people are moving away from that. They're moving into artisan crafts where people are it means more to people that this was handmade by someone, a human, versus a mass market cup that everybody has. So they're having pottery classes where you can come in and decorate your own mugs and cups and plates and things. It means something to you when you take it home and you sit down and have a meal, or you drink coffee out of it, or you take it to work. You get remarks about it, and it makes you feel happy inside that that's something you did. That's worth a lot more than, okay, I'm going to college to do something that I don't like because I have to do it because someone said. And then I get out with this debt, and then there's
the job that I went in there,
and it's a low-paying job. So I got the loans from the student debt that I had to go because I wanted to go to college. It's a never. She was explaining it's turning out to be this drain that young kids are following down because they're being told they have. I don't feel like they have to go. I don't feel like it because today you can start with, I have an idea. I have a passion for whatever it is. All right. So let me get a domain that costs like $8, $5 on sale. I don't even have to get host. You can get hosted and go WordPress, but you can really start out with a landing page from MailChimp. Because guess what? All you need is for people to sign up for your list. Right?
Right.
Once you get people on the list, it's a simple writing of an email. You can do that without money. That's free.
This is the not going to college versus going to college. See, they can also, while they are waiting, they can take a side gig to
Yes.
pay their rent and whatever else while they're building the business. You don't have to, you don't necessarily have to go to college.
No.
I was doing some research. I'm like, okay, so I want to learn some stuff about what do CEOs do and
Uh-huh.
that type of stuff. And
Right.
one website was saying, okay, you need to get this degree and da 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 da. And I'm like,
To be a CEO,
yeah, I was like, who said? Let me go to another source.
Gary Vaynerchuk doesn't have a degree, and he's CEO of a big
Yeah, a Vayner.
several companies.
So what? So just knowing what they do, it's like, oh, okay, they manage an overall organization. So then you got to have some managerial skills. You have to help inspire people to do things. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have a BA degree, because that website I went to says, well, you need a BA degree. I'm like, well, I'm already a CEO. I just want the.
See, though, this is another thing that gets on my nerve is you go to websites and they're written by, not to put I'm not putting them down. They're doing a job of writing a blog article, but this is written by someone who doesn't. You do the research and you write some words, versus someone who really is a CEO and says, hey, I've been a CEO for 30 years. Like there's this guy from Verizon. He has a book that's on my list. I got to read. I can't remember right now, but he was on one of the shows and he was talking, but he's a CEO for 30, 40 years. He knows what he's talking about.
Because he's done the work.
Yes, he's done.
Okay, so Steve Jobs was a CEO, didn't go to college. I mean, he went to college, didn't finish it. Bill Gates went to college, didn't finish college. There's a pattern here.
They did things.
Oh no, she said it.
They did things. Bill Gates, he was in the garage. He was the nerd in the garage. Back
they didn't have a paper to hang on the wall. They had the results of the outcome.
They were in the garage, him and Steve Wozniak tinkering around and making a computer kit, and they were selling the kit for thousands of dollars, and people were buying it, and then they turned that and decided how to make that into computers. And then as they figured out how to make it where the parts were less and less expensive, the prices went down, 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 down. But that's why, and then he had to develop the software to go on it too. So you see how that came from tinkering, having a passion, and tinkering and doing. Having a passion is great, but you have to do the doing part. The doing part. And that's okay. We're going to get to the next step. Find and establish your niche. Your niche. I didn't say industry, like the travel industry. No, your niche. Donna is Green Earth Travel, which is a niche of travel. It's green, is veganism, sustainability, that kind of thing.
She took a piece of the travel industry and made it her own.
Too big. Yeah. I'm in the travel industry. Well, what's your specialty? What do you?
Yeah, why do I need to go to you? There's hundreds of travel agents. Oh, because I'm vegan, and I can tell you where to eat vegan, how to travel vegan, when you're ready to go, everywhere you go that's going to favor you as being a vegan. That's why you need to call me. Oh.
Because you have to do that, because why do you have to specialize and niche down? Because people are busy. They have a lot of things coming at them, and they don't have time to, okay, I need an hour to figure out what you're doing. You have to say what you have to do in, like, a couple seconds or less. That elevator pitch thing that's on an entrepreneur has the elevator pitch, and they have to, pitch in the elevator. That's a couple seconds. So they have to be clear and concise about why they're doing it. Remember, I said, know your why, your message, and then they have to know the niche. Who am I talking to? Who is going to be most receptive to my message? Because I know my why and I have my message. So who's going to be most receptive to that? Not everybody.
Not everybody. The right somebodies.
I wanted to tell Jerry good morning and Carlos. I put the little cards up. Brenna says they took action with their passion. See, that's the second part of it. Everybody always says, well, find your passion, live your passion. But the second part is you have to take the action. Is to take the action. So that's a part of finding your niche. You have to be able to say who's my audience, who's my target audience, where do they hang out, what do they do, what do they like, and how can I say something really succinctly and simple and clear that they get it, that they instantly connect with me. Okay? That's where the branding comes in. That's where the branding comes in, not the colors, not the logo, the branding. We talked about that.
So like you got to find your pool and jump in.
And your message has to be consistent across all the channels, all the platforms. I always tell people when I talk to them, I'm like, okay, you're thinking of a business name, a domain, but you got to go a whole other step further. That it's got to be a name that fits the domain, and you got to use it on Twitter. You got to use it on Instagram. You got to, it's got to be the same everywhere, and that's getting harder and harder to do.
Yep. We have Khalid.
Okay.
Hey, Khalid.
Hey, Khalid. He says exactly. And he's a travel agent specializing in Southeast Asia. I love that. It's true. It made it easy to target prospective clients. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that, Khalid. Thank you. I'm glad here it is again. Somebody doing the work and saying what it is. You have to specialize. You have to niche. You can't say I'm travel. He's Southeast Asia.
I wouldn't be calling him for traveling California.
I want to go to Italy. I'm not going to call him, but there's going to be somebody that does, Italy area. He might know. And here's the networking part. If I call him for Italy, he says, I don't do that, but I know somebody who does.
You can talk to Nazim over there.
Yeah, or whoever's doing it. But you would think, well, I can't niche down Southeast Asia. I got to do everybody. You can't. There's not enough hours in a day.
No.
And believe me, I know he's getting a whole lot of clients with just doing Southeast Asia.
Right.
It's a big enough niche to where he's doing his business. His business is probably flourishing.
Right. And he's the genius there.
Yeah.
If I had to go, I would trust him because all he's doing is paying attention to this. And I can get there, how to get back, where to eat.
He knows the good spots to eat, the best hotels, the best when you get there to that city, here's what you do. Here are the beaches, here's the this, here's the that. You have to. And you have to, that's why you niche down and specialize so you know instantly. The person says, well, I'm interested in this cuisine. He says, I got you. Go over here. These 2 restaurants over here. La, 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 la. Because he knows. You have to. He can't be a travel agent. Well, I've never been to Southeast Asia. What? I've never been to any country in that area. What? I'm not going to do business with. I want to do business with somebody. Because I'm going someplace I don't know. I'm not comfortable. I want somebody that knows and can put me at ease. Hey, I got you.
We got the travel agents in the house today. And Khalid says, nomadworldexplorer.com, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and Laos only.
There you go. Only. I love that. Thank you for putting the only. Don't say and we do everything. No, he said only. Okay. nomadworldexplorer.com. I will be going to check that out. Thank you for putting that there, Khalid. See, that's how it works. And see, we called Donna. We called Donna's name. And she appears. Hey, Donna, we were just talking about. Yes, Donna. We that's how we got on this subject. We brought it up. Green Earth Travel.
Yep, Donna handles all of the vegan travel, and I'm like, yes.
Here's more. Thank you, Khalid. He says, and I travel with them virtually, WhatsApp, Viber, etc. for a fee. $signs, yes, because that's how I make my bling. Yes. Don't apologize.
Okay, so he's gonna keep in connection with you while you're on your trip. So if I got a situation, I can. Hey, Khalid, what's up?
How many stories? I've heard so many stories of people that gone on a group trip, whatever, and they went and booked the thing and got there, and everything flew up in the air. And they called a travel agent, and it's like no, like the dial tone, bloop bloop bloop. What?
Yeah, and see, but he has it where you can travel with them virtually, and he's still connected.
Yes.
Okay, so I would take a trip knowing I can get back.
And Donna says, "Oh, her and Khalid, yes, y'all, you two need to
Y'all
talk."
need to talk.
Yeah, and she says, "I post client photos." See, you have to do those kind of things that Khalid and I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Khalid or Khalid? Khalid, um, and Donna, they are taking care of their clients after the fact. They're niche market, but they know everything. They have the knowledge. They're sharing that they know. You also have to tell others that you know. You can't keep your light under a bushel. There's a Bible thing about
That's
a light.
putting your
Is
light,
that it?
putting it under the bucket. You can't see
Right.
it. Not yes.
You're not supposed to do that. Don't do that. And it goes back to what we said at the beginning of the show about yourself, about not putting up the block yourself and saying nobody wants to hear from me. Nobody wants. Okay, so this is the deal. If you feel uncomfortable about, well, I'm not really comfortable. I'm not really confident in what I know. That's a sign for you to know more, to make it your business. If this is your passion, you will go and study up and fill in the blanks and the holes of your knowledge.
That means you have to get good, and you might have to leave some other stuff alone to get good. Just like Khalid does
Yeah.
only a certain
And
countries.
he says
And
only. I love that. I love that he put the word only. There's no hemming and hawing about, well, I do this, I do
if
Canva, but
if
no.
I don't do it, I'm gonna miss the money. He's not worried about that.
Specific, targeted audience, and I hope he's doing Facebook ads, but that's a whole nother show. Okay, so let me bring this up. So Donis, he says travel. Oh, they're talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Khalid says bring value. How you are makes you special. Yes, that's it. There's no secret, and that's why I didn't call this the 7 secrets. I hate when people go to 7 secrets, the secret. It's not secret. It's keys that you have to turn and use every day.
Right.
Pat says, Donna helped me book my flight to and from Ireland. And see, how did that happen? How did that happen? Connection and making relationships in a community like we got here.
Right.
Okay? Because it's not just today. We're here is Monday through Friday.
Right.
Different topics. So yesterday, Fran and Terralina were talking about the 7 keys, not the 7 keys. The one key to your success is what makes you you. It's you.
Yep.
How you think, your mindset, how you believe in yourself.
How you see yourself. Now, it sounds like Khalid thinks he is like the best thing since sliced bread coming for travel to them countries. And I'm like, I'll travel with you because he owns that.
Right. I wouldn't doubt it. He's very specific and determining who his audience is. Who is my audience? Those countries that he listed only. That's the qualifier. Oh, but I might dabble in this. I might send you to Rome. No, he says these countries only. And I know everything there is to know. Where you want to eat, where do you want to go, where do you want to stay, what's the best place to stay, what to look out for when you're there as a local. This is what the locals know and do. I'm going to make sure. And then he keeps the connection when you're there. Who does that? Who does that? Mm-hmm. I don't know a lot of, Donna does it.
Yep, Donna does it too.
Most of them get your money and you get on your, oh, did you make it yet? Click. No, he's like WhatsApp, Viber, Signal, Telegram.
Make sure that they're happy.
Messenger. Keep them all. That's what you have to do. And this is the thing that a lot of people who want to be in business but don't want to do the work of it's work. Oh, it's too much trouble to do all that. I got a life to live. Well, if you want to be successful, these are the things you have to do. And I'm pretty sure Khalid is very successful in his business. I can tell you this is answers. Khalid, if you're doing lives and stuff on Facebook, drop that, or wherever, drop that in there too so we can follow you. Well, actually, I know I'm going to follow you.
I am too.
Yeah, so drop all your information in there and let us know because we have a community here. We don't. It's not just people. We're in the United States. We have people in Italy, in England, in London, in Scotland, and all over.
Canada.
Last week, who was here from Africa?
Yeah, someone was here. Yeah,
Yeah,
Christy's over in Nigeria right now.
yeah, in Nigeria. So that's the power of live. That talking, you know your why, you have your niche, and let's get back to these keys because I'm running out of time. Know your competition. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Before I get to that, use the right technology to maximize their success. And that's what I was talking about with the domain. And then when you set up your platform, make sure everything is the same across the board. You don't have to break the bank to spend technology. I see when I go on other people's lives, and there's some famous, well, not famous, but they are experts. Like Mari Smith is one. I watch a lot of her lives on Facebook because she talks about Facebook marketing. There are always people in there. Oh, what's your mic? What mic are you using? Well, what's your camera? Why you're like, you look great. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, she's got top of the line equipment because she's built up her business to be in that way. But you have a phone that you spent $1,000 on, right? Did you spend $1,000 on your phone?
Yep.
Or you are spending every month? If you've got a new iPhone, the iPhone 11, bless you. You
You got
have a
enough.
studio that makes movies better than Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing when he was doing that movie. Your little phone that my little iPhone, it's a studio. It does 4K. It does your editing software. You can download Adobe Rush, or there's others, and you spend pennies. You can spend $10 on an app, but it's an editing app for video software that you shot on your phone, and you can put all of the things in there and make it flashy. And guess what? When you upload it to Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and wherever you want to be, you're going to get the attention you need because you put out the right message because you know your why. So
Right.
the technology, make sure that you don't have to break the bank, but have a phone that could, the capabilities of recording video easily on the fly. There's some free apps that let you, put text and stickers, or some of the apps, Instagram will let you do that. Or, there's a lot there's a whole list of apps I can list, but you want to make sure that you're using what you have. You don't have to go out and get a, $100 light or $100 mic. You can I would suggest with your phone that you use a lavalier mic, but you don't have to get the $100 lavalier mic. I bought one for $19.
Yeah, Amazon has all of that. Clip it right on, plug
Yeah,
it
you
in
clip
your
it
phone,
on and
start talking.
right. Or guess what? I've seen a lot of people use their
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 ear,
AirPods, their
AirPods.
AirPods.
Right.
Yeah, put those on. Oh, they look stupid. But it's not about looking, it's about connecting with the audience with your message because you know why and you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's a tip because that's what I do. The tech tip is this: you can have video all day long, but if the audio is jacked, the video is no good either.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
put
for bringing that up.
put your put your AirPods on, plug in with the white line or whatever, but make your audio great. Just
Audio is very important.
right.
There's a couple people I subscribe to on YouTube because I like what they have to say, but there's one person and everybody is yelling in the comments like, please do something about the audio because it's low. So then, the person, they're doing a live stream, then I forgot, let me go, and then she'll put the AirPods in or something. But I'm like, don't do that to your audience about sound is not important. It is important because that means I have to turn up my computer to 10 and then strain to hear. You know what? There's some people that won't do that, and you've lost people that you can add to your community or your audience and reach them because they may not need what your product or service is, but they may know someone who does. And they talk about you to that person. But and then like Fran said, it's not about the quality. Your video on YouTube does not have to be 4K. It can be the regular 720p that every phone that you have now does 720p. Just make sure you have the right sound as far as a microphone, a clip-on lavalier for $19, or your AirPods or whatever you got going that can pick up sound and have it be clear. It has to be clear. Okay.
Yep. Close the door if you're not gonna shut the door. Make sure the room is quiet.
Minimize the room sound. There is if you follow Brian G. Johnson, on YouTube. He's another guy that I follow that he did a video out recently. I was listening. He's saying about sound. Turn stuff off, turn the fans off, or turn the heating system or the air conditioner, whatever it is that's making noise. Listen around. You don't have to have a soundproof room. Just make sure that you close. If you're in a room, you can close the door, keep the kids out or the pets, or because those things they kind of break into when you're talking for the audience.
It's
that right. So you have to watch that. Donna says Gary V question mark as to what? Oh, she says Michael Moore just said that if your video goes down, people can still listen. If audio goes down, you have issues. Thank you. Claude Diamond. Hey, Claude, welcome. He says, no kids, no barking. See, it's not me saying it; it's the audience. It's everybody. You guys. I've heard it.
Listen in a little snack bite. You only have a certain amount of time, and you're trying to listen in, and when you get into the room, especially on Periscope, it's moving fast. You want to hear what you got to say, but you can't. But they stop and talk to somebody else and do. I was like, okay,
yeah, video is important, but audio is even more important. Because if they can't hear, you're just, what if we muted it? Your lips are just moving and I don't know what you're saying. So that's why audio is important. You don't have to break the bank, but get something on the lower level that takes it up one step. Like I said, a lavalier. I bought one like 2 or 3 years ago, $19 on Amazon. It works. It works. Oh, Donna says, Gary V, you follow. Yeah, I follow him, but what was that in relation to? I forgot, Don. I'm sorry. And
she said that. Do you watch Gary V on YouTube?
Yeah, I think it was. She said something in response to something else I said. I think. Clear that up for me, Donna. Claude Diamond says on Zoom you have a built-in green screen and can adjust the background to a business-like setting. Yes, Zoom is good for that. We use StreamYard. They just got they implemented the green screen. And Khalid says free video pictures are available also for marketing. Okay. Oh, he put up his link. Let me go back. He put up his link to where he is. He's the Nomad World Explorer. I love that. YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Bumble. Oh, Bumble's a dating app.
Well, he said for business, not dating.
But I love that he's going on there for business.
Because people might want to take a trip.
Yes, they're on a dating app. They're going to meet up, fall in love. They want to go on we're going on a couple's trip. Boom, there he is. I love it. See, I already know about Khalid. I don't even have to wonder. I know he's on the ball. I know that he's on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Donna said you were saying who you follow. Oh, yes, I follow him, but the other guy was Brian G. Johnson. He's he's not like a teacher or guru or expert. He's just somebody that I found on YouTube, and he has a great Facebook group if you want to learn how to grow your channel on YouTube. He has some great explanation videos, and I was just watching one of them, and he was talking about the sound, among other things. But he's very, how can I say it? He's very no nonsense. He gets right to, this is it. So if you go to his YouTube channel, there's a lot of things there that, how to grow on YouTube, how to get views. And I follow Roberto Blake too, but he hasn't uploaded a lot lately as far as like how-to stuff, but he has some older videos that are there, but I follow him for different things now. But Brian G. Johnson, I'll follow. And Nick Nimmin, he's another one. Nick Nimmin, he's another one that in the YouTube world, these names are like, everybody knows these names. Like, Nick Nimmin, another one is Tim Schmoyer, Daryl Eves. Those are all the people that talk about how to grow your channel on YouTube, and they do it in a way and explain it very simply. And they don't say, you have to join my this or you have to buy my that in order to know about YouTube. Gabrielle, hey, Gabriella's here. You're okay. Just you can watch the replay. Brenda says VaynerMedia. That's Gary's company. Hi, Gabriella. Khalid says Tom Bill, is that his name? I think that's how you say his name. I know him. He does the inspirational. He'll pick like Oprah and Gary. He does like an inspirational, like kind of bigger picture kind of videos, which are good. Donna, see you later. Khalid says, change your mindset and change your life. Yes, that is key. That is one of the other keys. And did I get to all seven? Because we get such a discussion going on. I forget to look at my notes. Let me go back. Yes, he's right. Change your mindset. That's all a part of this. Hold on. Let me so I got coaching calls going on. I went on YouTube. So I spent a lot of time on Instagram this morning talking to somebody about TikTok. I'm not the TikTok ambassador, but when I see somebody struggling, I'll go in and say, do this and do that. Let's see. So we said find using right technology. Oh, did I say know your competition? Know your competition, follow them, because they are, you're gonna, the more you know about them, the better off you are for your business, because you're going to have to know who you're competing against to help you figure out ways to get your customers to choose you and not the other business. Okay. So you want to know them. You don't have to follow them, because like, if you don't want them to know that you're following them, you don't have to. You can, you don't have to follow on Instagram. You can bookmark, if you use Chrome, you can set up bookmarks, and you can bookmark people's profiles, put it on a folder called competition or whatever, and you can follow them. Oh, you muted.
My viewpoint is that they're really not competition. They do what you do, but they're not you.
Right.
So you can see what they're doing, and maybe there's a strategy that works, and you can follow that strategy, but you don't have to become them. And look, there's how many different Avon reps or whatever. I'm not going to go to everyone. I'm going to go to mine.
Right.
So
true. But you're also going to follow them to see like what kind of keyword selections they're using, especially for Instagram. If you go, I use the same keywords all the time. Is there something I'm missing? Look at your competition, see what kind of keywords, and then you get in there too. So you want to see what they're doing too. And we talked about this about, you want to ride the back of and look at what they're doing. And like Fran said, it's really not competition, because they're not doing exactly what you're doing. But it's good to keep a side, eye out to see what
industry at large is doing, so that you can kind of see, oh, that might work for me. We got some more comments over here.
Oh, okay.
Brenna said,
Brenna. Okay, Brenna says create content. Yes.
And Claude says,
yeah, I grew my channel, follows the 6,400 by compelling content on there you go. That's it in a nutshell. Brenna says montage of videos.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't go buy some people.
Right. So, okay, let's go. Number 5, focus on building your brand's online reputation. This one is really important, because, you can do all the work and everything. And like, I'll use Khalid as an example. I'm pretty sure his comments of people after they've taken a trip, when he gets them to, the reputation management, when they rate him on Facebook or Google or wherever, I'm pretty sure they're saying wonderful things. So when you get into a point where you're getting negative reviews or negative responses, you need to one thing I always tell people is you need to reply to them and explain what happened. Like someone said, oh, well, I switched something and something happened. It was, it was on the business end, but you go in on TripAdvisor, you go in on Yelp, you go in on Facebook, whatever, and you reply, not in a belligerent way, like it was your fault because you always want to say, I'm really sorry that happened. This is what happened. Da, 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 da. I hope to serve you better in the future or next time. And if you really want to go the extra mile, you can say, here's a little $5 off coupon if you think about doing business with us again. And I hope the next time that it's better. You want to do that kind of thing.
Right.
You don't want to delete. Don't delete.
Don't delete.
His Khalid says, I also pick up and drop.
See,
already, you ain't even got to tell me no more. I already know. I also pick up and drop off my clients to the airport for free SFO, San Francisco, Oakland Airport. My vehicle has a magnetic sign. Normal road rage for me, lady. See, I already know he on point with his stuff. I already know that. already know. I already know that. And then he says, ask for reviews. Khalid, ask for reviews. I send them a $5 gift card to Starbucks. It's worked every time. Yes, it does. See, this is the thing that you have to do. A lot of businesses don't want to give up skin in the game. That's my little way of saying that. He's saying, ask for the review. You always ask for the review.
How did we do?
They don't want to ask you because they don't want the negativity. You have to toughen up, get your Captain America shield or whatever you want to put on and say, listen, I'm going to take the negative and I'm going to turn it around and make it a positive by saying, I'm so sorry that that your experience with my business was blah, blah, blah. Explain. If there's an explanation, explain briefly. And then, like he says, he offers up a $5 Starbucks card. What's not to love? What's not to love? Or you could say a $5 discount on the next, service or whatever that you do with us. That gives them a chance to do business with you again because you're offering a discount. Yes, you have to eat that discount, but that's the cost of doing business. Because this is someone
you roll that in the price of your service. Put the $5 in the service because it's going to be a part of your marketing expense.
Yes.
Just put it in.
Allow for that in your pricing. We talked about pricing. Remember we had that whole webinar thing. We might need to bring that back up, but we talked about pricing
for 2020.
Yes. So we might need to bring that back up, but that's what you do. You say, and this is for someone who had an unsatisfactory experience with your business. So you want to offer them something not to bribe. You don't bribe and say, and I see that on Amazon. They'll do that. Here's if you leave a 5-star. No, I don't have to leave a 5-star review. I'll leave the review I want. You're not going to bribe me. But if there's someone who had a service with you and it didn't go the way that they expected, that's what you do. You offer them something off on the next. Try us again, kind of thing. Try us again. Khalid, he's going off here. Go to the Dollar Tree and make a thank you back. See? Above and beyond. Or add them to your calendar reminders, birthday, anniversary, and holiday. Use your $800 sell. There you go. I can't say anymore. Khalid is saying it all. I know he's doing business. I know it. Pat says, I tend to trust businesses that allow negative reviews on their website, especially when they address the issue and strive to make improvement. See, there's proof. Thank you, Pat. That's the proof to what I was saying, that it works. That's the way you do it. The first instinct is panic and delete. I want you to breathe and don't delete. Read it and respond honestly. And if you can, offer them something sweet for the next time. A discount, a $5 card, a best, whatever. Add them on for birthdays and holidays. Thank you for being a loyal customer of blah, 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 blah. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Have a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful Hanukkah, whatever it is. You have to do those things. Khalid says, do not be scared of reviews. You can't keep everyone happy. Thank you. Oh, he says, Claude says, except for trolls. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. We're not going to.
Yeah, trolls don't count. They don't get a voice.
That's just okay. So the brand 5 was focused on building your brand online reputation. 6 is stick to your word. That's a part of reputation. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you're going to promise something or give something, please give it. Don't renege. Another thing. Number 7, stay focused, persistent. This one is very important because it wraps up all of the other keys. You can do all the other keys, but if you're not consistent and keep doing it, regardless of how many followers you have or how many people are watching your live stream, only 2 people watching my live. Who cares? You're doing it for a reason. To know your why. You're putting out a message. You have a niche. You have a target audience. You have something to say that needs to be said because you have a passion for it. You're going to take your live stream with 2 people on it, and you're going to download it and upload it to YouTube, do some editing, put it on Instagram, do some editing, put it on Facebook and Twitter. Okay? So stop crying. I'm real tired of that. So you're going to be persistent. You're going to stay focused on the goal of growing your audience and building a community that is into your message. They have to be into it because that's the way forward now. You cannot just post on social media and expect people to respond. Those days are gone. Organic reach is, we've talked about that over and over. Organic reach still works, but it doesn't work as well as paid ads or doing live streaming or getting out there and spreading your message all over the place. Yes, it's more work. Oh, I don't have time. Who has to do that? La, 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 la. That's content marketing. Okay. And I'm gonna bring up Gary. He does it. Yes, he has help now, but I went back and watched his first Daily V, which was like 2015. It was him and D Rock and D Rock in the camera, and he was just doing his thing. Wasn't any fancy this or that. And they put it up as is. There was no editing and none of that. It was two people. Two. So no, I don't want to hear the crying about I don't have time.
You have a calendar.
Yeah.
You make room on the calendar, which means you're going to have to drop off something else.
Mm-hmm.
That is why we talk about the daily routine. What are you doing in your daily routine? TJ has a social media
planner. I have a planner.
And you can plan out. Okay, yes, planning requires you sitting down and making a plan.
Yeah, so if you want to put I think it's I think I have it set up with a bot. I think if you do hashtag SM planner or just put I want the social media planner, I'll send you the link. And it really is a PDF that you can print, or Fran and I, we use it on our iPads. It's fillable. I think it works on your phone too. It's fillable. You know, it's one of those things, and then you could just save it over and over. You can print it over and over. And I recommend that you take a day, Saturday or Sunday, when you have time to think about what do I want to post for the whole week, put down your ideas, jot it down. And then if you have time, do it all at once or do it, you know, every day or whatever. And you need to plan it out instead of going, what am I going to post today? What am I going to talk about? Plan it out first. So that's a part of the focus and the persistence and being, you know, doing things over and over, being in the spot.
And that's the thing that we don't like doing. We don't like doing the same thing every day. Okay, I got to do it today. Mm-hmm. I got to do it again today. But see, the consistency brings the success.
Right. Khalid says, yes, you have to bring value. That's a part of it. Also, I have a secret. It's called espresso shots. It's hard work, but life is hard. No more procrastination. See, I already know that he has the right attitude of hard work begets the success. That you're putting in the effort because I want to do it. I know my why. I have the passion. I know my audience. I know what I have to say. I have confidence in me. I bring the value. I do it every day. That's it. There's no secret. What happens when you have a garden? It's the same thing. You got to plant the seeds. You got to give it water. You got to put the fertilizer in. You got to pull the weeds. Isn't that work? Isn't that work? Same thing here. Same thing here. So that's a real quick wrap up of the 7 keys to online success for your business, your brand. If you want to, know more about the brand, we talked about that 2 weeks in a row. So let me know. Go to Terry Johnson Online on Facebook or on Periscope or on Twitter, everywhere. Go to bizchicks.live. That's where you'll find it, but they're everywhere also. So we're everywhere. You can just Google it and you're going to find it. So I always say I'm never ever going to try to I can never ever fit it into an hour, these things, but I try because they're so important. So I tried. I was like, okay, we're going over a little, but that's okay. I really wanted to make sure that everyone knew these keys, and it's real simple, clear stuff. And if you keep doing it, it works. I always hear people, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, I did this, it doesn't work. Oh, nobody's paying attention. Oh, all of the groaning. Oh, the Instagram algorithm. Forget the algorithm. You're here for a reason, a purpose, okay? All right? And again, we're here to help. If you need help, find me, Terry Johnson, online, everywhere. Find the Bizchicks everywhere. And I mean, we're everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes,
okay? So I'm glad everyone was here today. Your comments, loved it. Khalid, thank you for coming in. Claude, Diamond, some new faces. We're glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Again, share this out, let everybody know the discussion that we had, the information that we're giving out, and if someone needs help, let us know.
Right. Pat and Alfredo and Jerry and Gabriella,
Claude, welcome.
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. So that's it for today's discussion. We're wrapping it up. We'll be back tomorrow. Coach Karen with Money Matters, very important. Getting that budget together for your business. She talked about that common sense stuff. Common sense.
Yeah. And then Thursday, Happy Healthy Habits. Yeah.
And Friday is tech.
Talking tech.
With the divas.
Yep.
Divas.
We have fun on Friday, just let you know.
We're going way over an hour on Friday.
We have fun on Friday. Bring your tech questions, bring your tech stories.
Yeah. Bring your opinions, your thoughts, everything. We talk about we go off on the tangent on tech. So it's a good discussion. So Friday we almost went 2 hours. Like we had to shut it down.
It was good though.
But yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay. So thank you for watching today, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Again, if you need to find us, Terry Johnson online for me, Bizchicks for Fran, and we're all together in the group and on the page.
Right.
So we're there everywhere.
Thank
you. So thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.